Hi everyone. So I am here to show you how anyone in your building can connect to PLNs or professional learning networks outside of your school. So something that we focused on was Pinterest, and the screen that you see now is just a home page that you might see if you were to log on to Pinterest after you've created an account. And so your homepage is going to depend on your interest areas that you pick once you have created an account. So as you can see, some of my interest areas are school-based items, education. I'm sure there's some home decor things on here as well, but for the most part, I have a lot of work-based or school-based topics that pop up on my homepage. So as an example, like I said, this is what you would see on your homepage. And so what we did was we created a page called ET630, which is obviously the class that we're in right now. And so this page has multiple sections in it that I'll show you in a second, all related to education and different areas in education that could help anyone outside of school kind of access um, different ideas or connect with different people and just kind of get some ideas for their classroom or their content area. So once you search for our page, this ET630, when you find it, you would click on it and this is what you would see. So we have the title of our page, how many total pins we have, our total sections, and then our number of followers. So right up at the top, you see that we have a section for related arts, science, English language arts, math, social studies, ideas for bulletin boards, resources for elementary school teachers, resources for secondary school teachers, resources for administrators, resources for special education teachers, general resources that could be helpful to any teacher, educational technology, teacher humor, apps for educators, and inspiration. And so these different boards based on the content areas will give you some ideas related to that specific content area. So I'll go through each one and kind of give you an idea or a snapshot of what you could find in each of those sections. And this is a page that you could share with any of your colleagues or any of your teacher friends that may need some inspiration or ideas, and they would have access to these different pages based on the content areas and be able to get a large range of ideas. So we have related arts. We don't have a ton there so far, but we'll be able to add to it as we go on. But just here, art and music are key to student development. So for example, if I were to click on this, it would take me to an article talking about that specifically. So this particular article, why arts education is crucial and who's doing it best. So this would just be some information about that specific content area related to art. So if you go back, and we'll add to these sections as we go on, but that's one example for related arts. For science, we have a few pins here as well. So 10 websites for science teachers. So if I were to click on that, it would take me to another website that gave me access to resources for science teachers. So it's just an easy way to kind of compile those different resources for people to access. As we go down further, we have a little more variety in the different sections. For language arts, we have anything from details on how to do your very own escape room with your students to details about anchor charts you could make, just examples of activities. We have an interactive flip book. And some of these resources that we have here do cost money. So you may click on something like, for example, this one right here, teacher pay teachers. So if I click on this, it tells me right here it's $4. So we tried to give some variety as to here's some really cool resources that might cost a little bit of money, and here's some free stuff or just simple visuals that you could use in your classroom. But so this page for language arts has anything from differentiating instruction to mini anchor charts, different historical fiction books you could have your students read. And we also tried to do a range of, within the content areas, have activities for maybe elementary, middle school age, up to high school as well. So if we go back, we also have a math page. So if we go here, like I said, we tried to have a range from elementary, middle, and high. So here you might have something that's more appropriate for elementary age students. Fraction puzzles to help them kind of visualize what those fractions look like. We have anchor charts, mini posters, word wall. Down here, that this is for like a first grade student. So we have lower elementary age activities as well. Activities for building number sense, and then just a simple visual that students might have some use for just to have in their notebooks. So I won't go through every single one, but some other content areas, social studies, they have similar activities. We had that range, elementary, middle, high. We have some DIY projects for teaching social studies. We have something targeting students with special needs, so making these file folders that might be more appropriate for those students. So all these different pages that we have within our ET 630 page, we wanted to focus on those different content areas so people could access those materials easily and not have to decipher or look through 100 different pins until they found the one that they were looking for. So our bulletin board page has a lot of different ideas for different bulletin boards you could have in your classroom. We have things specific to grade levels, so elementary, secondary, some resources for administrators, which was helpful, as well as items specific to special education. And I know a lot of the times as a special educator that can be hard to come by, so we wanted to make sure we had something specific for those teachers in there as well. We do have educational technology in there, and there's some really good resources, virtual field trips using Google Drive, different computer games that target Common Core. So we have a lot of different resources in there. And then we did want to add some humor and just some inspiration in there for you all as well, just to kind of have a laugh or two. And then different apps, because obviously with the program we're in and just kind of the way things are moving, apps and technology have become a large part of the classroom. So we wanted to kind of have a specific area of our board dedicated to that technology piece as well. So yeah, so this board is, anyone can access it and follow it, and we will be adding to it as we go on. And like I said, it's a great way for educators to access a PLN outside of their building and just kind of get new and fresh ideas from us. So thanks for watching.